love the Israelite community, man. I believe they dope. Got a lot of dope insight, a lot of things that people that's not Israelites can learn from the Israelites. They try to do a lot of study and a lot of research, and not just with what's thrown in front of them. They try to go back as far as possible and try to do as much research as possible, and that's what humans are supposed to do. So, I fuck with the Israelites heavy for sure. But if you go back to the original way these scriptures was written, like if the Old Testament, and you look at the original way that the scripture was written, they wasn't calling the higher power the things they calling them now. You know what I'm saying? He had a name. You know what I'm saying? And the name that they used was Yahweh. And the name that they used for the Son of God was Yahweh Shah. So if you look in the original scriptures, then that's what you will find. But yeah, I mean, people just got to do their research, man. And then the people that do their research got to continue to spread information and document it so that the next generation and the next generation and future generations could just be in a better predicament. Because when me and you was born, we was...
Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone as GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwat across the four winds. This is Bat the Mayim from Great Millstone, Houston, coming to you with a just a quick lesson. You know, Lord willing, is edifying. And I got the this video from GMS Get This Work too. Brother in the LA camp, Shalom, Big Judah, Shalom, you know, Barakatham to the camp and the camps across the four winds, you know. Lord willing, this video is edifying to the hopeful elect, but it struck my attention because in the world, Cassidy was one of my favorite rappers. And I know a few years ago I heard him mention their names also, but just to see this is just going to show you that this word is reaching the four winds of the earth. You know, Lord willing, our salvation is near. But rapper Cassidy openly exalts the true names. So, you know, there's only one name to come in salvation. Matter of fact, let me get that. Couple quick precepts. Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? So the name of God, you know, whom the world ignorantly calls God, is Yahweh. He is, he exists, he to be. You know, he's the Father of spirits. He is the Ancient of Days. His only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai. He saves, he delivers, he's the Redeemer. So if you can tell those names, hey, you know, that's a good chance for you to be saved. And only Israel can be saved, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And if your forefather goes back to, you know, those are the 12 tribes of Israel. Acts chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So you got to call upon Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And we say, call Halayim Yahweh, call Halayim La, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakakwadash. You know, that's all praise to the Most High God in the name of his only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. But the precepts that I want to go into is the first one that the brother had in the video was St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So he made a point about, you know, you can, not just the Hebrew Israelites can learn. You know, I love when the brother Karab in Miami always say the top Bible teachers in the world. You know, that's our elder apostles, our elders, you know, who are worthy of double honors, you know, and, you know, in honors, you know, you reverence those that are preaching, you know, your teachers. Isaiah 30 and 20, if I'm not mistaken, it says that you will see your teachers. So, you know, those brothers deserve, you know, they deserve honors, for their works. And this gospel, the gospel that the elder apostles are preaching, the elders, what they're pushing forth, starting with the name, what the mark of the beast is, that microcharagma, that grain of rice that goes underneath your skin so you could buy or sell, World War III. And then ultimately, the northern and the southern kingdom, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans coming back to our heritage. But let me get this next precept. Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. In the heading on the King James Online, it says, the works and the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua power. So this is going forth about how a lot of these rappers and celebrities and just people across the four winds have come across this word, whether they see brothers outside preaching, see your teachers, or you see them, via the internet. Salaki. Psalm chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua power, and the firmament show of his handiwork. Day unto day of their speech, and night unto night show of knowledge. So in the firmament, which will be the heavens in the skies, you do have satellites, but this word is going out, across the four winds, mainly through YouTube. You have social media, brothers put it on other platforms also, but this word is constantly being pushed, day and night. There's times when I wake up and it may be, 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning, and you may have the Holland and the Germany brothers, going live, or, brothers in the UK. There's been a couple times I woke up in the middle of the night and, brothers in Hawaii are going live. And then when those brothers are at work, there's other brothers still going live, pushing forth this word, pushing forth the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And then in Psalms 19 and 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Speaking of the Holland brothers, you got brothers that speak in sign language. So, it's not going to be an excuse as to no one hearing the word when, back in Matthew it says this gospel should be preached in all of the world. So it has to get around the world some way, somehow. Then you can't forget brothers that speak, our Latino or Hispanic so-called Latino or Hispanic brothers who speak Spanish. You can't forget about Spanish. You have French, Italian, so on and so forth. But the last precept I had was Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. Our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, our people are hard-headed. They don't want to listen. They'll hear you, but they don't want to listen. They don't want it to process. But, ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, has that spiritual blinders or the spiritual blockers on their ears. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. So in our land, the land of our captivity, especially, Cassidy being in the music industry, I know signing those contracts, that's definitely a high form of slavery, man. They make so much money off, Jake, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, off our talent. We don't get much in return. Baruch chapter 2, verse 31. And shall know that I am the Lord, their power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for I will give them an heart or a mind and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. So we're in the land of our captivity. We were brought here on slave ships, going into Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And we're still here until Yahweh sends Yahushua to save us. But we remembering those holy names, those ancient names, Yahweh and Yahushua. We got to constantly push those names, especially coming into these last days. Baruch chapter 2, verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. So we don't want to sin no more, because we know sin brings forth death, Romans 6 and 23. But we want to live a sinless, perfect life to where we don't sin, we don't go off, eventually getting immortality. Then I just read the last two precepts. Baruch chapter 2, verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, Jacob's name was changed to Israel, you know, the progenitor of the Israelites. And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. So we're not going to be brought back into captivity. We're not going to be brought back into a lower state. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to increase us. We're going to be, you know, similar to Yahweh Shai. You know, we're going to have those godlike powers, you know, those spiritual powers. You know, we're going to have new bodies. You know, the Lord's going to increase our land, our vegetation, you know, whatever our heart desire, you know, everything is going to be increased in righteousness. You know, and we're going to be the rulers. We're going to be the lords, you know, over the entire earth and ultimately the entire universe. And then Baruch chapter 2, verse 35. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. So this is only for Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, even those that look like other heathen nations, but their spirit resonates, you know, with the Israelite spirit. More than likely you're an Israelite, because, you know, it is determined by your seed line, by your father. That's why in verse 34 it said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, the continuation of the righteous Israelite line. You know, only Israel can be saved, and once the Lord Yahweh Shai saves us, we're not going to be taken out of our land anymore. So Lord willing, this was edifying, you know, to the hopeful elect, you know, the 12,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that look like the other heathen nations, and the rest of the 1/3, you men, women, and children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, Lord willing, this was edifying. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, as GMS. Peace and bless to the Akim and the few Akwat across the four winds. Shalom. Kwam Yashala.